Back at you. Today we're going to talk about an oil leak, a large oil leak on a Mercedes C250, okay? So this is a W204 chassis. It's got the 271 engine, which is a 1.8 turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's on multiple applications on Mercedes. But the leak is not a small leak, it's a large leak. So if you notice a large puddle of oil, I'm going to show you what to look at right here. It is an engine oil filter housing. We'll do a close-up on it. We'll look at it. I'm going to show you the failure points. The reason I bring this up is I've seen this repair done. They didn't change the oil filter housing. They changed only the gasket, which usually between 4 and 6 months, the vehicle starts leaking oil. It's not as large, but it starts seeing an oil leak present. And the reason is because this housing warps. It kind of has a aluminum gasket bolted onto the plastic. So this housing is known to warp. So it's having a hard time resealing with that gasket. So if you do this repair, if you're a shop, if you're a DIY, go with an original factory oil filter housing with the gasket. It's already installed on there. Do not just replace the gasket because it will come back. And that's what we see a lot of on this. That's why I'm bringing it up. We see this a lot. They'll say, hey, I just had that replaced. I'm like, yeah, but did they change the filter housing or did they change the gasket? And every time, well, this changed the gasket. It said the housing's fine. No, it's not. That's why it's leaking again 5 months later. It's not as large a leak. It's usually a smaller leak, a drip or two. When this thing goes originally, it's a pretty massive leak. So that's why I want to do the video to kind of educate people out there that if you have anything plastic, oil filter housing, oil cooler housing, anything that's plastic, you need to replace that housing. Don't do just the seal or the gasket because it will eventually fail on you. And that pertains to a lot of plastic stuff like valve covers, the same thing. So here's the gasket that most people just replace. As you can see, that one rubber section is deformed and the other rubber is just flat. And that's what causes the leak. Here's that plate I was telling you about, that's part, and there's a seal behind it. That's part of it also that is prone to having problems. But there you go. Hopefully this helps people out there. They can solve it, replace it one time and be done with it. This generally lasts 100, 115, 150,000 miles is what I usually see out of these coolers. So if you're given the option to do the gasket or the filter housing, I'm telling you, do the filter housing. It costs more money, but that's the way you're going to do it right, is to solve that repair. Also go with genuine Mercedes only. That's the tip of the day. That's why I want to do the video to kind of educate people out there that if you have anything plastic, oil filter housing, oil cooler housing, anything that's plastic, you need to replace that housing. Don't do just the seal or the gasket because it will eventually fail on you. And that pertains to a lot of plastic stuff like valve covers, the same thing. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. Share this video. Give us a thumbs up. Until the next one. See ya.